Right. In today's class, we'll see about what is server. That's the agenda. What will be the agenda? What do you mean by server? And installations that we'll see how to install this server, and we'll see about what do you mean by ADDS, that means Active
ADDS.
Directory, and how to install ADDS and configure, okay, ADDS. So that will be the agenda for today. Right. So when I say about server, and the previous classes, okay, we discussed about an operating system. Operating system will be getting, okay, into how many types?
Uh, in server operating system, client operating system,
Okay, client operating system, 4 types. Second is
iOS,
network operating system, iOS,
iOS,
iOS and
the cloud,
RTOS,
what is it?
RTO,
Client OS means which is installed in what is it?
laptop
laptop,
or
laptops and
PC.
desktop.
Laptops and desktops. Very good. And network OS,
In servers,
servers,
which is installed in the servers. iOS, which is installed in
routers and
routers and
Routers
switches,
or
right,
switches.
routers and
Switches.
okay switches. RTOS, what is it?
mobiles. Yeah.
You are expert at this level, right? No need to teach this. Fine. So now we are talking about servers. In the servers, as you know, in the last class, again we discussed in this, okay, which will be getting into 2 types. Okay, 2 types of platforms. What are they now? One we say, what is it?
Windows Server,
Windows. Good. Then
Linux,
Linux operating system. In Windows, what are the versions that you got every year? You got 2000.
2000, 2003,
2000, 2007,
Very good.
12,
2000,
2012,
uh, 2003. What is it?
is there, yeah.
2003,
2003. Then
2008,
2008. Good. Then
2016,
12 and
12, 16,
latest is 2000.
19.
19, yeah.
Same your iPhone 4S, 5S, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now it is 12. Right. So this is how the Microsoft, okay, has developed these many, editions, versions, okay, in the server operating system. And now in this, now let's see, why do we use server? What is the purpose of the server? Normally we know that you have a laptops, and where you install operating system in this, which operating system we are talking about? We install a client OS, that is called, what is that, Windows 10. But when I say server, in server, what you are doing here, you are installing one operating system. So which operating system? 2019 operating system is saying. Now what are the benefits that you get it by using this server? So exactly what do you mean by server? A server, okay, it is also a device which gives, what is it?
I think it provides the services to the client request,
Right, services to the, what is it?
clients request
Clients. It gives services to the clients where in the, okay,
network.
network. When I say, okay, example, a web server. What do you request for a web server? You require for a web page, right? And it gives you that web page. That means it's giving services to you. You go to an ATM, you try to withdraw an amount, and you're withdrawing the amount and checking the balance from where? With the help of the server, right? So now when I say web server, there are thousands of people, lakhs of people who will be logging into this. Then the configuration, it is not same as like your desktop PCs or laptops. Your desktop might have the microprocessor is speed, example, 3 gigahertz. How much it is? 3 gigahertz. The speed of the microprocessor is measured in hertz. That I'm taking 3 gigahertz. And your RAM in your computer, hardly you might get 8 GB of RAM in the market. And the hard disk, the storage capacity, you might get 5 TB in the market. But the same case, when I'm talking about server, So this microprocessor, which based on my requirement, so my organization, which might go for the more number of processors. Example, on a computer board, which they might have a 10, okay, microprocessors, and the speed it can be of, example, uh, 3.5, what is it, gigahertz.
Gigahertz.
And when I say about RAM, which might be, okay, of 128 GB, and then coming to the, what is it, hard disk, you might go for 100 TB, 1000 TB, something like that. So this, when you compare here the RAM size and here, and the processor and the hard disk, here you have, what is it, the higher configuration. For this higher configuration, your operating system also should be into that level, okay, to manage and run. So that operating system which I'm talking about, what is it, Windows Server operating system. You take Google, Facebook, Gmail, all these servers have their server operating system. And your Windows 10, this is called, which we are saying about, what is a client operating system. Done. Now we understood about what we mean by server. Is it clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Right. And for others who are new, I'll explain you more in detail how do we install this operating system later. But in the previous classes, we discussed about how to install this, okay, server operating system. And right now, I'll just go with that. So we have a virtual machines like this and operating system. So I'm taking Windows 12 so that it is fast when we use this 4 and 8 GB. When you take 19, it require more speed of RAM. 8 GB is okay. You can take directly 2019 edition. Right. So I started my server operating system. So this is a server operating system, as it's look same like your, what is it?
Windows.
10 operating system. You can see the logo and all, right? Right. Now, when you go and check the configuration of this, and this is for our practice purpose, we are running in our local computer.
Yeah.
That means in your laptop directly you can run it. No need of going and taking the huge, amount of what you get about the configurations like this microprocessor, 128 GB and 100 TB of hard disk. This you can run into your local computers itself. But when you talk about load, then you have to go with a higher configuration. Then now this is a server operating system which I got. Now the concept here is, so what I can do with this server, in this server, where you can go and configure some services are, which I'm saying about ADDS example, and number two, which we say DNS example, number three, which we say DHCP example, number 4, which we say about WDS, and number 5, which I say IIS. So what are these all the things? These are the, okay, different servers which plays the different roles. Okay, so when I say about IIS, so this is a Internet Information Services. If I install this IIS in this, then the server become web server. What is a server becomes?
Web server.
So
It becomes a web server. Now, what will be the organization usage if they are into the e-commerce business? Example, they run only this IIS server. So when you say, when they have more number of employees and the computers to be handled in a centralized, what we say, in the management way, then they can go and run one service is called as ADDS. And just now we discussed about IIS. So based on the organization requirement, they run different servers. The same thing which we are going to learn in our syllabus. You can see Active Directory domain services, member servers, clients configuration, group policies, how do you manage their storage, what is DHCP, what is DNS, right? So what is Hyper-V, what is WDS? So these things which is designed, and we'll be learning in detail about these all the things. Right. Now let's see about something which we are discussing on this. What is it? About ADDS. So what do you mean by this ADDS? And what we do with this ADDS? What is ADDS? Any idea?
Active Directory
Active Directory domain system.
Directory Services.
Okay. What do you say? Active
Directory Domain Services.
Directory.
Domain Services.
Domain services.
What does it do? What does it do?
I think stores all the data.
Allows the admin to store and manage the data information
Okay.
resources.
Good, good. Add something more. So what is it which I'm saying about, talking about on a server called as, which server?
ADDS.
ADDS. Now what does ADDS do? Why we have to install this ADDS into a server? What makes the organization get benefit on this? Let us see now. So when I talk about types of network, what is it? Types of network. The types of network which will be getting two types. One is called work group. What is it? Work group, and second one is called as a domain. Now, what do you mean by this work group and what do you mean by this domain? When I say work group, by default, okay, when we install operating system, your system will be in, what is it? Work group. Example. Now you see here, this is my computer. If I go to this computer and properties, then it is showing me what is it? Work group. The same thing, when you check into your computers also, it will show work group. Right. Now coming to the point, what do you mean by domain? By using the domain, okay, what do you mean by domain? We get, what is it? Centralized, what is it? Centralized administration. We get centralized administration. What do you mean by this centralized administration? How do we get this centralized administration? Let us see now. Example. Now this is my network which is get connected. So this is a computer 1 which I got, and I got a computer 2, and I got, what is it? Computer 3 and 4. Right, so this is my network which I'm having, and all these computers has been connected to a centralized device which is known as, what is it? A hub or switch. Now example, when I create a user here, a U1, that means a user 1, and this is a user 2. So if I create a user called U1, which I'm talking about work group network, what is it? Work group network. The user can log in into the computer of system A. But now here in system A, B, C, D, can this user log in into the system D? That's a question. Now say me, can this U1 user log in into the system D? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. I mean, through drive sharing.
What do you think? What do you think is same? Whether it's correct or wrong, the secondary thing. Rajshekhar, Rohan, Suraj,
Yes, sir. We can connect.
we can?
Yeah.
Okay. Rohan, what do you think?
I think we can connect, sir.
You can log in. Hemant?
Yeah, maybe.
Kavya? Can we
Yes,
log in
sir.
like that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's okay. Right. So here, and this practical says no. Practically, it is not possible because the U1 user is created in system A. U1 cannot log in at system D. Are you getting my point? So this how it will not happen. An example, one more. If U1 system, or let me say, this is a U4 system, U4 user is created in this, and I'm sitting at this computer. Which computer? System A. Can I manage this U4? Yes or no? What's my question? Where user
Oh,
created? System D. Where I'm sitting? I'm sitting at system A. Can we manage or no? Pranay.
yes, sir. I mean, we can share the drives, right?
No,
If that's what you call
the
manage.
question is manage. What is it?
Manage.
What do you mean by manage? Example, that U4 says, I forgot my password. The U4 says, I'm facing
Yeah.
some challenging in my computer to log in. So can a system A, by sitting on system A, that user can manage this U4 or not?
That we can do, sir.
We can manage, yeah.
You can
Yeah.
manage. Okay. What do you think, Rajshekhar?
యాక్సెస్ ఉంటే చేయొచ్చు అంటే యాక్చువల్లీ దీనికి సర్వర్ ఉంది సార్ మధ్యలో వాళ్ళ యాక్సెస్ ఇస్తే మనం చేయొచ్చు.
Okay. Right. Suraj, what do you think?
బట్ రెండింటికి యాక్సెస్ అంటే ఇక్కడ U4 ఉంది అక్కడ జస్ట్ ఏదో సార్ అంటే సిస్టమ్
A lot of disturbance at the backside, Rajshekhar, from your side.
సారీ.
Suraj, are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
Can we manage?
Not in all cases, sir. Depends upon the administrator, right? If he can give the privileges to us, we can.
Right. So the scenario which I was asking you, and the same thing which the organization require for easy administration. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Because the person, user coming and sitting here, the name of U3, this fellow says that I'm not able to log in. I have some issue. Somebody will say, you to say, I have this problem, all the challenges which will keep on getting on individual aspects. So that made, okay, the Windows, okay, to get with one server, that server which is called as, okay, that service which is called as ADDS. Now, what is this ADDS? Active Directory Domain Services, which is installed in where? On the server. Okay, what is the purpose of this installing this ADDS? It's a centralized administration. Okay, the centralized administration in the sense, I can create a user here, U4, and this U4 will be controlled, everything control will be in the system A only. If I disable this, the user cannot be able to log in anywhere in the network. If I change the password of this, the user password get changed and he can log in from anywhere. If I assign a service, okay, to him, that service which he can get it from anywhere, from any computer. So how it is possible? With the help of Active Directory Domain Services. Now, what does this Active Directory Domain Services do? It provides, let me take in this, ADDS, Active Directory Domain Services. It maintain the objects informations. What are the objects now? these objects can be of a user, this object can be a printer, this object can be a computer which is connected in the network. So this all the information which will be maintained by ADDS and make this information available to the users and computers in the network, right? So what is this now? I'll give an example. Now this U4 user is trying to log in this network. How can he is able to log in? Because this username is available with ADDS. He tries to give the username and password, and it went to check the authentication. Yes, this information is available, you can log in. He's trying to log in into the computer in my office. Yes, this computer is valid because this information is available with me. Now he can log in. And if this user U2 tries to give a printout in the network, and this printout, the print permission is been acceptable by the printer because the ADDS has permitted this user to take the printouts. So this how which I'm saying the user's information is available, printer's information is available, computer's informations are available, and making this information available to all the users and computers in the network. So when I work with that type of environment, then I'll be getting what is that? Centralized administration. Okay, so this is what it's called as a centralized administration. To configure this ADDS into a computer, what do you require? What are the minimum requirements you need? The minimum requirements is first, you should have a network. Number two, you should have a, what is it? Let me take it, network and static IP address. Whenever I say network, that means there should be a communication. Okay, and static IP. Then what else we require? We require username and password. That is a common thing which we'll be getting, right? Username and passwords, this thing. Now let us go and try to configure this ADDS into our computer. So before going into this, let me take your doubts if anybody has anything. Hemant,
Yes, sir. That's fine.
Kavya, Rohan, Suraj.
All good, sir.
No doubt, sir.
Right. So let's go and see how do we configure this. So this is my server operating system. Already for the users, this is been, so there is a domain which is already added into this. I'm just trying to take the clean OS. So this session might end in 3 minutes. I'll share one more link so that you can connect. Let me check whether my computer is in the domain or work group before going and starting in this. You see this computer already which has been added to a domain. So I cannot take this now. So before you people do the practical, what you have to do, I'll share you. Which one? So I have an operating system of Windows 2012 here. Let me take the previous one, whether it will work or not. Let me check it. So this is not a valid file. Let me check which is a valid file.